Founded by King David I of Scotland as the Benedictine Abbey of the Holy Trinity and St Margaret in 1128, it would take over 100 years before Dunfermline Abbey was officially completed in 1250. In the successive 750 years, the Abbey and adjacent Dunfermline Palace have played a prominent role in shaping the country that we know today. Both the Abbey and Palace dominate the skyline of the former royal borough of Dunfermline, as they have done for around 10 centuries, serving as important historical tourist attractions for the area. Dunfermline Abbey is home to the remains of 7 kings and 5 queen consorts of Scotland, all of whom were buried within 4 centuries of each other. Almost 400 years before the kingdoms of England and Scotland merged to create one monarchy under the Act of Union in 1707, the final monarch to be buried here was by far the most celebrated, Robert the Bruce. While the heart of Robert I of Scotland, one of the greatest warriors of his time, lies at Melrose Abbey, his body was buried here at Dunfermline Abbey in 1329, but was not discovered until almost 500 years later. A monumental brass on the floor of the new church now marks the spot of the royal vault today. Attached to the abbey through a gatehouse stands the medieval ruins of Dunfermline Palace. Dating back 1,000 years, this former royal residence was active when the town was once the capital of the kingdom, a status which it held until the 17th century. Dunfermline Palace also acts as an important connection between past and present, due to its association with various significant historical figures that continue to make their mark on society today. Charles I was born here in 1600, becoming the last king of England, Ireland and Scotland to be born in Caledonia, while Margaret of Scotland was buried here in 1093 before her canonisation in 1250, the same year that the abbey was finally finished. However, movements in governance between Scotland and London, due to the union of the crowns in 1603, meant that the palace went into decline, as monarchs rarely made appointments here. One of the few notable events to take place after this was in 1633, when Charles I visited his birthplace for a short time as part of his Scottish coronation, and in 1650, when Charles II became the last monarch to stay at Dunfermline Palace. As the Abbey has had such an important influence on the history of Scotland, today we must focus on preserving this history for future generations to explore and enjoy.